Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Britt and this is Coffee and Makeup. Today I am answering your Q&A questions. I have separated them into hair questions and just general Britt type questions because I recognize that not everyone is interested in my personal life, which I totally understand and don't expect any one of you guys to want to know any more about me personally. So for those of you who are just in it for the hair and that's why you watch my videos, then stay tuned because I'm going to answer these. It's just going to take a little more time because I like to, as you guys know, give visual aids with my answers and show you what I'm talking about. So this will come later. And so if you're interested in hearing a little bit about little old me, then stay tuned for this one. The first question is from Mega. She asks, what is the most embarrassing / funny moment that's ever happened to you? And this was something that happened to me recently. I was getting out of the shower in my apartment and I heard something, but I was like, I wonder what that is, you know, no big deal, probably nothing. And then the maintenance man walked in on me naked, completely naked. It was so embarrassing. And then we both just acted like it never happened. So I came out like in my bathrobe and I was like, here's my broken washing machine. This is what I think is wrong with it. And we're having this whole conversation. That was the most embarrassing experience of my life ever. My friend Lydia Gentile, she makes videos. I'll link her channel below. She makes videos of her growing out her pixie cut. They're really fun to watch. But she asked, how do you keep your teeth so white? I think the answer to that is probably just being super paranoid about having any type of tooth decay because I'm such a baby and when I've had cavities filled and I cannot deal with the pain. Like my dentist was like, are you sure you need more numbing stuff, like localized anesthetic? And I was like, yes. And she's like, your entire face is gonna lose feeling. I'm like, that's fine, I'm scared. So I'm just paranoid. I brush twice a day, floss once a day. I always use mouthwash. That really helps with whiteness. So if that's a concern of yours. And of course, I go to the dentist every 6 months. Sarah Ali asks, tell us about your relationship if you are comfortable. Of course, no pressure, heart. Thank you. I'm comfortable telling you guys. Tom and I have known each other for so long. We've known each other for 12 years. I think we did the math the other day. And we just started out being friends in high school. In fact, the way we met was that I was on a first date with an ex of mine and he was playing a concert. And so we went to the concert for our date and I met Tom and we were just friends for the longest time. Mostly because he wasn't interested in dating me. So I kind of had a crush on him, but he didn't have a crush on me back at that time. And then we reconnected in college because we started going to the same school and he was like, why haven't we ever dated each other? I remember he asked me that and I was just like, ah. But that's when we started dating again. I knew he was a keeper from the start because we kind of grew up together in a sense and we formulated a lot of our opinions together from talking to each other. We're both really big conversationalists, so we just fit together really well because our opinions have evolved together, if you will. So that's how we met and he's amazing. He's an engineer. He is in jiu-jitsu. That's something cool about him. He's just a really cool guy and great to talk to. Everybody loves Tom. Courtney Justine asked what inspired you to start your YouTube channel. I actually used to be really into makeup and so I wanted to make a channel to connect with other people that had that interest, and then that was like an interest that developed really fast and it was really intense, and then at this point I'm not as into makeup anymore as I was. And though throughout I've always been into hair. Like before I even started this channel I had been into growing my hair out, so it just seemed logical. I made one hair update video and everybody was like, yes, this, and I was like, this? Okay, cool, like I can do that. So that's kind of how it evolved, but I started out doing mostly makeup stuff. NetBrain Genius, hey Britt, I know you read a lot. What are some favorite books or genres? What kind of music do you listen to? Well, the book I'm working on, I actually have right here because this is my reading nook in everyday life. I'm working on Salem's Lot by Stephen King. I am ringing in Halloween with this book. I always love a good horror book, a thriller, mystery, anything a little dark and spooky, and of course I love my romance novels. As for music, I really just jump around and I'm guilty of kind of being a mile wide, inch deep music fan because I can go to pretty much any genre, but I don't spend a bunch of time devoting myself to like learning about the music and appreciating one or another particular artist. I'm just making my first forays into metal after I heard this really interesting podcast on the same subject. So that's kind of what I'm listening to now, but I still listen to like pop and contemporary stuff. Thea Anderson, have you ever watched any Bollywood movies? If yes, then do you have a favorite actor? I am watching Bollywood movies with the help of my boyfriend's brother. He's giving me like the classics for Bollywood movies, and we've been watching them. I've seen at least two. The only one I remember right now is one called Sholay. God, I wish I could remember the other one. Maybe I'll put it in the description if I can think of it. But I don't know any actors by name. But yeah, I've enjoyed the Bollywood movies I've seen so far, but God, they're so long. Like, you could spend a whole afternoon just watching one movie. Zisha Khan asked, what is your favorite book of all time? So I ran over to my bookshelf to grab it. This is Kushil's Dart by Jacqueline Carey. It's an epic fantasy, I guess you could call it. And I love this book so much because I think it's a really good example of a strong, complicated, yet feminine woman as the main character, and that's something that I super enjoyed reading. Recommend it to you, especially if you're a lady person yourself. However, there are some sexual themes, so if you're not comfortable, then you might not like it, but I think it's just an amazing read. My favorite book, easily. Diet Soda asks, hey Britt, I was wondering, do you have a brow routine, grooming, makeup, etc.? They are always amazing. Thank you so much for saying that. I don't really have a routine beyond just plucking it myself, but I think I have kind of a good raw material, you know what I mean? So I don't have to do much to them. However, I have noticed, this is kind of a stupid thing that I do, I've noticed that when I am plucking my brows, it's easier for me to know where to pluck if I kind of like cross my eyes a little bit so that everything looks fuzzy. So I'll be like plucking them and I'll just make my eyes go like fuzzy like this. And then you only see in the mirror like the shape of your eyebrows, and it helps you to see what the actual natural shape is and where you should be plucking. I mean, that's just kind of a wacky thing that I do, but maybe it'll work for you. Okay, Brianna Whitaker, what made you decide that you don't want to have kids? I feel like not having kids is like the default setting, you know, like when you're born, you don't have kids. And I think the decision comes in when you decide to have kids. And I think that's an important decision because you want to have kids for altruistic reasons. They're innocent, they deserve all of your patience, all of your love, all of your effort. Your whole life should revolve around kids once you have them. That's what they deserve. So that would be a reason that I would have kids if I felt like I want to devote my life to kids. But I have never felt that way, so that is why I don't have kids, basically. Peculiar Circumstances gave me the best compliment I've ever gotten. She said, thanks for being a real independent thinking girl on the internet. And my heart exploded when I read that compliment. I mean, seriously, the best compliment on my channel that I've ever had. Her question was, what did you dream of being someday when you were a child, and do you have any secret dreams for yourself now? When I was a little girl, I really wanted to be a cat psychiatrist. I'm not lying. I loved cats for some reason, and I wanted to grow up to become like a cat doctor. Kind of like that guy on TV. I forgot what his name is. Oh God. It's not the cat whisperer, but it's like that bald guy with a mustache. I wanted to do that, but I don't want to do that anymore. I'm allergic to cats now, so kind of stinks. But as far as secret dreams that I have for myself now, I can't really think of any, which I think is kind of a good thing because that means like I'm happy and I'm not really ruminating on the future. Sam asks, what is the best and worst part about being on YouTube, and would you ever visit Brazil? Yes, I would definitely visit Brazil. That would not take any convincing on my part. Best part of being on YouTube is just making all these great friends. Like, it's so cool to interact with you guys. Like Sam, she's from Brazil. I have friends in Canada. Lynn, I'm looking at you. People in like my friend Joshi is from Martinique, which I didn't even know what it was before I met her. So it's really cool to have friends all over the world. That's probably the neatest part about being on YouTube. I think the worst part is probably the rude comments that you get, but that's only after you have like a certain number of viewers, when people care enough about you that they want to say something mean about you. And I guess also it's a little bit it's a lot of attention for one person to handle. Okay, Jessica asks what I studied in college, if I'm still attending, and also she asks about the job interview that I posted about on Instagram a while ago. Yes, I did get that job. I studied economics in college. I now do accounting and love it because I'm boring and I like the predictability of it. So yes, thank you so much for asking. I did get that job. I am so much happier now because I used to work in finance, in like investment management, and it was very grueling and just not very rewarding. There was a workplace culture of everybody has to work through their lunch and work overtime. I just hated it. And now with this new job that I had gotten from that interview, I work in the nonprofit sector. So I still work with financials, but it's much more rewarding and I can actually see like the benefit of what I'm doing. So yeah, I do accounting. It's great. And if you have any questions about that or, you know, anything school related, just leave them in the comments. I'll answer them for you. Hey guys, so I completely forgot to film an outro for this video, but I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. And also congratulations to Rita Pinto. You are my giveaway winner. So please message me here on YouTube or comment and give me an email where I can get in touch with you. And congratulations. Thank you for everybody who entered. I loved reading all of your facts. I'm sorry I wasn't able to respond to all of them, but I read and enjoyed every single one. And thank you guys again for watching my video. I will see you in my next one. Bye.